Opening night, college basketball 2025-2026. It is all Houston in this one, 44-23 at the half over Lehigh. Let's run down some first half stats from this one. Lehigh just 9 for 27 from the floor in the first half, 33%. They are 2 for 7 from three, 29%. Cougars shooting at 57%, 17 of 30 from the floor. They are 4 for 8 from three for 50%. Free throw shooting in the first half, Houston 6 out of 7, Lehigh 3 out of 4. Turnovers 10 in the first half for Lehigh, 7 for Houston. Leading the way for Lehigh in that first half with 9 points was Nasir Whitlock. 3 of 7 shooting from the floor for Whitlock, 1 for 1 from three. 6 points for Joshua Ingram, 5 out of Caleb Thomas, 2 points for Hank Alvey, and 1 point out of Jalen Vasquez. For Houston at the half, they are led by Emmanuel Sharps, 13 points on 5 for 8 shooting. Chris Senac Jr. added 12 in that first half, 7 points out of Joseph Tugler, 5 for Milos Uzan, 4 for Chase McCarty, and 3 out of Kingston Flemings. And it is a 44-23 lead for Houston at the half. Running down some of these top 25 scores. 3:50 to go in the second half in that featured game between Arizona and Florida. Number 13, Arizona leading number 3, Florida, 79-75. Number 15, Alabama, 58-34 in the second half over North Dakota. Second half score, number 16, Iowa State, all over Fairleigh Dickinson, 45-21. At the half, number 19, Kansas, 48-27 over Green Bay. Bit of a shocking score at the half. Number 20, Auburn, leading Bethune only by 1 point, 38-37. Number 24, Wisconsin at the half, leading Campbell 50-38. Number 7, Michigan up 39-18 on Oakland. Number 17, Illinois 44-13 over Jackson State. Number 11, Louisville and South Carolina State just underway, as are number 21, Gonzaga and Texas Southern. Finals from top 25 teams. Number 5, St. John's, 108-74 win over Quinnipiac. Number 4, Connecticut pulled away in the second half against New Haven, 79-55. New Haven, first year in D1 this year. Number 14, Arkansas, 109-77 over Southern. Number 18, Tennessee, pulled away over Mercer, 76-61. Number 22, Michigan State, 80-69 final over Colgate. Number 25, North Carolina, 94-54 over Central Arkansas. Yet to tip tonight, 2 more ranked teams. Number 8, BYU and Villanova out there in Las Vegas. That will follow that Florida-Arizona game out there. And number 12, UCLA, will be hosting Eastern Washington. Some Big 12 scores, other Big 12 teams in action. Of course, we got Houston here. Baylor at the half up 9 over Texas Rio Grande Valley, 46-37. TCU at home at the half trails New Orleans by 16 points, 44-28. UCF trailing Hofstra in the first half, 14-7. Utah and San Jose State just underway. That game's tied at 9. Colorado leads Montana State 12-5. Cincinnati, a winner over Western Carolina, 94-63. And other Patriot League teams in action. Of course, we got Lehigh here. Lafayette trailing at St. Joseph's, 83-74. Bucknell leads Delaware, 77-70. Holy Cross trailing at Providence, 73-57. Boston University leading Northeastern in a good one, 51-49 in the second half. Navy all over Presbyterian, 64-34 in the second half. Army leading SUNY Maritime by 9, 36-27. American trailing at the half by 12 at Wake Forest, 46-34. Loyola, Maryland will be hosting Towson. That game just about to tip off. We get ready for the second half here from Houston. 44-23 lead for the Cougars. College basketball opening night. Started at 8 o'clock this morning with Winthrop and Queens. Got a little opening marathon in a couple sites out there in South Carolina and in, I think, South Dakota, I believe. The podcast site Field of 68 is putting that tournament on, similar to that tip-off marathon that ESPN used to do that ended for whatever reason. I don't know. That was a big way to get college basketball up and going, and I think that needs to come back, and I'm glad to see the Field of 68 podcast and Field of 68 website is putting together a similar tournament like we had in that tip-off marathon a few years ago, and hopefully they can keep that going. So here we go, just about ready to start the second half. Lehigh in a 21-point hole. Lehigh will inbound to start the second half. This is Thomas with the basketball over to Benoit. Finds Whitlock. Alvey, original starting five for both teams on the floor to start the second half. This is Alvey with it. Alvey got pushed down, and the shot no good from Whitlock, and the ball goes out of bounds. It will go to Houston. I beg your pardon. They got a foul called on Houston. My apologies. That foul is on Tugler. And Lehigh turns it over on the inbound. Fleming's with it for Houston. Out near midcourt. Finds Sharp. Inside, this is Tugler off the glass. That's no good. And it is an offensive rebound. Tugler got his own miss, and a three-point shot on the way is short. Tipped out, and Lehigh comes down with it. Whitlock with it. Finds Caleb Thomas outside. A three-pointer on the way is good. And the first three of the second half belong to Lehigh. That's a three-point shot for Alfredo Odessa, who I apologize, did not start the first half, but he's out there starting the second half. It's 44-26. And a foul at the other end. This is going to go, I believe, on Joshua Ingram, which would be his second. Two free throws coming for Houston. This is Emmanuel Sharp to the line. First is good. $14 now for Sharp. Missed the second. That's his first miss from the line. He's now 4 for 5. Caleb Thomas with it for Lehigh. Thomas gives it off to Whitlock. Whitlock backs it out and will reset. Whitlock finds Thomas. Odessa off the glass, high off the glass, and that's all it hit was the glass. Rebound Houston. Uzan inside the paint gets the jumper to go. Miles Uzan with 7. And the lead back to 21 for Houston, 47-26. Just over 2 minutes into the second half. Three-pointer for Odessa rounded out. And a foul called on Houston, I believe. Nope, it's going to go, well. Yeah, it's going to go on Lehigh. Fleming's with it for Houston. Finds Cenac. Cenac in the paint. Cenac, that's an offensive foul as he pushed off. Trying to get room underneath. Cenac's first foul. Turnover number 8 for the Cougars. They're over there on the Lehigh bench looking at Hank Alvey. Benoit with it for Lehigh, finds Ingram. Outside, and a corner three is up and long. Rebound to Houston. And a foul on Houston, I believe. Looks like they're going to get Tugler, and if it's Tugler, which it is, that's his third. Like two guys fighting for position underneath the basket, but they got Tugler with his third foul, and he's going to have to come out of the game. Ingram to inbound underneath the basket for Lehigh. And we've got more moisture on the floor, this time underneath the other basket. Had a moisture and condensation and possible perspiration on the floor several times on the other end in the first half. So they got the cleanup done, and Lehigh will inbound. Thomas double teamed and wisely knocks it off a Houston player, and it will stay with Lehigh. 13 on the shot clock. Thomas was in trouble and wisely knocked it off the leg of Cenac. And Lehigh will almost turn it over. Houston knocked it out of bounds. 5 on the shot clock for Lehigh. Inbound, and that was going to be a 3-point shot. I don't know if that goes out of bounds to Houston. I don't know if Benoit lost it on the way up or what exactly happened there, but it ended up crashing in the first row behind the Lehigh bench. 3-pointer at the other end, short. Rebound to Thomas of Lehigh, and he will slow it up. Ingram driving inside and gets fouled. Ingram will head to the line. I believe it's going to be Milos Uzan with the foul. And Joshua Ingram heading to the free throw line. First trip there tonight. First is good. One of 2 for Ingram as he misses the second. Uzan, Flemings, and we are going to have a foul called here against Lehigh. I believe they're going to get Caleb Thomas on the foul. Third foul on Lehigh here in the second half, and here's the inbound. Sharp with it. Sharp back outside, and Houston will reset. Open three at the top of the key. That's short. Offensive rebound, though, for the Cougars. It's Sharp pulling down the offensive board. Uzan with it. Uzan outside. Cenac around and out. Rebound Whitlock for Lehigh. Whitlock on the drive. Layup good. Whitlock took it coast to coast right there, and it's 47-29. Whitlock, the first Lehigh player tonight in double figures. He's got 11. Uzan short. And we have a foul on Lehigh on the rebound attempt, which will bring us to a timeout. 15-17 to go. It's the second-ranked Houston Cougars leading 47-29 over Lehigh. Lehigh still struggling shooting the ball tonight. Still only at 32% shooting. Houston right at 50%. Expected this to be a big rebounding edge tonight for Houston, and they do lead the rebounds, but not as big as what was expected. It's 25-19, the rebound edge for Houston. Cougars have put 2 in double figures tonight on the scoring column. Emmanuel Sharp with 14 points leading the way for Houston. Chris Cenac has added 12. Looking ahead for these two teams, following this game, Lehigh will have their home opener on Thursday as they will take on Valley Forge. Houston will next be in action. Over the weekend, on Saturday, they will be hosting Towson at the Fertitta Center. That's both these teams' next games coming up. Fleming's getting ready to inbound for Houston. Inbound comes into Uzan. Uzan with a wide open three that's short, rebounded by Lehigh, and back the other way they come. Whitlock with it. Whitlock with the right hand off the glass. He got it to go. Nasir Whitlock with 13. And Lehigh on a little mini run here as they've pulled it within 16. And underneath, and a foul. This will be 2 shots for Houston. Alfredo Odessa will get whistled for the foul. To the line for the Cougars is Khalifa Sacco. First trip to the line for him tonight. First is no good. One more coming for Sacco. And got that one to go. 48-31 Houston. Just over 5 minutes into the second half. Peter Kramer with the ball, gives it off to Whitlock. Whitlock on the drive. Whitlock gets fouled. Emmanuel Sharp whistled for the foul for Houston. That's team foul number 5 on the Cougars in the second half. Yeah, they'd call it a shooting foul. I didn't know if they called that a shooting foul or not, but it will be Whitlock at the line. First is good. Second free throw for Whitlock. He's only 3 rebounds shy of a double-double, and he hits the second. Lead is 16 for Houston. Flemings on the drive, lays it in with the right hand. Kingston Flemings, he's got 5. (50-31). 14-minute mark, second half. Whitlock's pull-up jumper in the paint. Whitlock started to get the hot hand for Lehigh. He's got 15. Back the other way is Houston. Here's Flemings. 3-point shot on the way. Good. Isaiah Harwell with a 3 for Houston and pushes the lead back to 20. Whitlock, he's got the hot hand for Lehigh. Vasquez with it. Shot clock down to 5 for Lehigh. They're going to have to put something up here. A 3-point shot on the way is good. Peter Kramer with a 3 with the shot clock running down, and it makes it 53-36. Uzan inside the paint. That shot rolled out. Rebound. Lehigh couldn't quite save it from going out of bounds. It's going to stay Houston basketball. So this will be an inbound from underneath the basket. Inbound it comes to Tugler. Uzan with it. Off to Tugler. Tugler finds Flemings. Flemings, and we have a foul on Lehigh. So Houston will inbound with 12:28 to go. Team foul number 6 on Lehigh, so Houston will be shooting free throws the rest of the way on each Lehigh foul. Turnaround with the right hand is good on the hook shot from Tugler. There's a little bit of a... Have checked the score at the timeout. Pull-up jumper for Whitlock's off the mark. Rebound to Houston. Pull-up jumper and a foul is called. We got a timeout with 11:46 to go. I believe the correct score is 55-38 Houston. But the score on the app that I use on the computer says 55-36. I believe it's 55-38. Okay, so this box score here has Nasir Whitlock with 15 points, but I'm almost positive he has 17. I think this should be 55-38. Update from that Monday night NFL game. Cardinals lead the Cowboys 17-7. Under a minute to go in the first half. Give you an update on some women's NCAA women's scores. Number 16 Baylor knocked off number 7 Duke 58-52. That game was played in Paris. Number 12 Ole Miss 87-46 over Norfolk State. Number 14 Iowa State 85-36 over St. Thomas. Also out in Paris, number 19 Vanderbilt beats Cal 74-65. Number 6 Oklahoma 84-67 over Belmont. Number 24 Kentucky 75-59 over Morehead State. Number 2 South Carolina 94-54 over Grand Canyon. Number 10 Maryland beat Loyola Maryland 80-26. Number 21 Iowa 86-51 over Southern. Number 22 Oklahoma State defeated New Orleans 109-48. Number 11 North Carolina 90-42 over North Carolina Central. And in progress in the third quarter, number 4 Texas 89-41 over Incarnate Word. Number 3 UCLA will play San Diego State. That game will tip off in about a half hour. That's some women's scores across the country from the top 25. Okay, they have corrected the score here on this. It is 55-38, and Whitlock does have 17 points. That's what I thought. So Houston at the line here for 2, as they will be shooting free throws the rest of the way. Free throw up and good. One more coming for Emmanuel Sharp. Got it. Houston's lead back to 19, 57-38. Sharp with 16 points. With it for Lehigh outside is Whitlock. Whitlock throws it out of bounds to the Lehigh bench in a turnover, the 12th of the game for Lehigh. Hank Alvey returning to the lineup. Training staff was looking at him on the bench in the first half. Houston ball. Right hand, that's going to come up short, but another Lehigh foul. I believe that's going to be on Alvey as he just checked back into the game. First free throw up and good. One more free throw for Tugler. He's now in double figures with now 11 points as he hits that second free throw. And the Houston lead back to 21 as we near the 11-minute mark. Double team and a turnover. Fleming's 4-3 short. Rebound Lehigh. That's Alvey pulling down the rebound. Jalen Vasquez with it. Here's a three-pointer at the top of the key. That is way off the mark on the shot by Benoit. He's still scoreless. Now 0 for 7 from the floor. And the bounce pass and the shot off the glass, no good. Benoit pulls down the rebound for Lehigh. Whitlock with it. Whitlock will back it out and reset. 15 to shoot. Whitlock on the drive is stripped but is also fouled. Be team foul number 6 on Houston. Believe they're going to get Emmanuel Sharp with his second foul. Six team fouls, so both teams will be shooting free throws the rest of the way on each foul here on out. Thomas will inbound under the basket for Lehigh. Gives it up to Whitlock, who tries a three. It's an air ball. Rebound to Houston. A little bit of a quick shot there from Whitlock. I know he's had the hot hand, but you might want to be a little more patient there. A three-pointer at the other end for Harwell's off the mark. And Whitlock pulls down the Lehigh rebound and brings it up the floor. Pass inside. That's Alvey. Alvey the turn inside, and he scores. Alvey with his second field goal, and it's 59-40. Timeout called by Houston. And despite a 19-point lead, Kelvin Sampson is not happy with his team on the sideline. He's laying into a couple of his guys on there. 59-40 Houston. 9:53 remaining. So Houston, despite a big lead, Coach Kelvin Sampson still not pleased with a couple things. Let's update the top 20. Sorry, somebody sent me something funny. Let's update the top 25. Auburn, number 20. Auburn still struggling with Bethune. Only up by 3, 71-68. Just under 5 minutes to go. So a battle there for Auburn. Of course, Bruce Pearl stepping down right before the beginning of the season. So his son has taken over there at Auburn. And it's a final in Vegas. Number 13, Arizona, knocks off number 3, Florida. So the defending national champions start off the season with a loss. Arizona wins it 93-87 over Florida. Villanova and number 8, BYU, yet to come there in Las Vegas. Back in this one, Houston leads at 59-40. And following the Houston timeout, they will inbound at quarter court. Fleming's with it for Houston, gives it off to Uzan. Uzan with 10 on the shot clock. Shot clock down to 5. Uzan's going to have to put something up here. Down to 3. Launches a long three-pointer. Comes up short. Rebound to Lehigh. Not a good offensive possession that time for Houston. Alvey on the drive. Right-hand layup, no, but a foul. And Alvey will be going to the line. If that's Tugler, that's his 4th. Well, it looks like they're going to get Emmanuel Sharp. That's 3 on him. So Sharp joins Tugler, 3 fouls apiece for Houston. Hank Alvey at the line. His first trip there tonight. First one rounding out. Couple substitutions for Houston as Alvey awaits his second free throw. Peter Kramer returning into the game for Lehigh. One more free throw for Alvey, and he hits the second. That gives him 5 points on the night. 59-41. Houston by 18 as we near 9 minutes to go. Ramon Walker Jr. in for the first time for Houston. He's got the ball now. Pass inside and a foul on Lehigh. This will send Houston to the line. Foul is called on Joshua Ingram. That's number 4 on Ingram. To the line for Houston goes Emmanuel Sharp. First is good as he hits the front end of the 1-and-1. There'll be 2 shots here on out on each Lehigh foul. Second one for Sharp is good. Lead back to 20 for Houston. Thomas brings it up for Lehigh. Gives it off to Whitlock and a foul on Houston. And that will send Lehigh to the line. Cenek just picked up his 3rd, so he's now the 3rd Houston Cougar with 3 fouls. One and one for Alvey, and he missed the front end. Rebound to Houston, Cenek. Lead remains 20 for Houston. Uzan with it. Gives it off to Sharp. And the off-balance shot inside counted and a foul. Emmanuel Sharp with the bucket and a chance for a 3-point play. Emmanuel Sharp now with 20 points, make it 21 as he hits the free throw to complete the 3-point play. 9 for 10 at the line tonight, 21 for Emmanuel Sharp. 64-41 Houston. And we have a foul at the other end against Houston. It's going to be on Sharp, I believe. That'll be his fourth. So the leading scorer for the Cougars, Emmanuel Sharp, just picked up his fourth foul with 8:21 to go. And he's going to have to come out, I think. 2 free throws here for Whitlock. First is up and good. And Sharp is indeed coming out of the lineup. He's matched his uniform number with 21 points tonight. Second free throw, round and out. Lehigh now 8 for 13 from the free throw line. Pass inside is taken away by Lehigh, but then it's going to be, Lehigh able to save it, and they're going to get a layup out of it. I thought Lehigh was going to turn it back over to Houston, but somehow Caleb Thomas kept the dribble, and he ends up going inside for a layup. 64-44. At the other end, layup good for Houston to push the lead back to 22. Alvey with it. Alvey to Whitlock. Whitlock jumper just inside the foul line is too strong, and it's rebounded by Houston. Uzan. And Uzan will reset. Gives it off to Sinek. Back to Uzan. Uzan on the drive with the left hand. Does not go. Sinek, the offensive rebound for Houston. And they'll reset with a fresh 20. And we have a whistle. What do we have here? I'm actually not sure what they called there, but we're at the under 8 timeout. Cougars lead at 66-44, 6:59 to go. Houston's now dipped under 50% from the field. They're 23 of 48 for 48%. They're 5 for 16 from three-point range, 31%. Lehigh, 16 of 43 shooting for 37%. Just 4 for 14 from three-point range tonight, 29%. Free throws, Houston, 15 for 18, 83%. Lehigh, 8 of 13 for 62%. Foul problems. Joshua Ingram for Lehigh has 4. Edward Benoit with 3. Foul trouble for Houston. Emmanuel Sharp with 4 fouls, 3 apiece for Sinek and Tugler. So we do have some foul issues mounting at both ends. Turnovers, Lehigh with 13, but they only have 3 in the second half. Houston's turned it over 10 times. They've also committed 3 turnovers in the second half. Of course, Houston's being led, as I said, by Emmanuel Sharp, 21 points. Chris Sinek's added 12. Joseph Tugler with 11. Those are the 3 in double figures for Houston. Lehigh has 1 in double figures. That's Nasir Whitlock with 18. Couple players with 7 points. Caleb Thomas and Joshua Ingram, 7 points apiece. Give you a couple updates on these top 25. 25 scores. It continues to be close. Auburn, number 20 Auburn, is trying to hold on for a win at this point. They lead Bethune 73-72. Just over 2 minutes left. That's the only top 25 team that's involved in a close game. Again, Arizona's knocked off Florida in Las Vegas, 93-87. So the defending champions start off 2025-2026 with a loss. 2 free throws here for Peter Kramer of Lehigh. First one is no good. It bounced off the rim a couple times before caroming off the rim. He's got one more coming. Rat rimmed out. He missed them both. Houston with the rebound. And the pull-up jumper in the paint is good. Largest lead of the game for the Cougars at 24, 68-44. Kramer with it for Lehigh. Off outside, back to Kramer. Top of the key 3, Peter Kramer. That's no good. Rebound to Ramon Walker Jr. of Houston. Open 3 for Walker, short. Rebound Lehigh. Bounce pass, and the layup is good. (68-46). 6 minutes to go. And a turnover. Fleming slipped on the floor, and the ball went out of bounds. Turnover number 11 for Houston. Caleb Thomas brings it up the floor for Lehigh. Gives it off to, that's Peter Kramer. Over to Whitlock. Whitlock on the drive. Whitlock with the left hand. No good. Follow with the dunk for Hank Alvey as he dunks it off the offensive rebound. Alvey now with 7. And the lead back to 20, 68-48. Houston trying to answer at the other end. They do not, but they get the offensive rebound and a fresh 20 on the shot clock. Flemings off to Uzan. Finds Cenac. Cenac has it stripped and stolen. Back comes Lehigh. And it is out of bounds. It's going to stay with Lehigh. It's getting a little physical out there. So Lehigh to inbound underneath the basket. 5 minutes to go. With these guys that are in charge of keeping the floor nice and dry, they're getting some extra overtime in tonight. Kramer to inbound for Lehigh. Caleb Thomas with it. Benoit outside, 3-point shot on the way, and a foul on a 3-pointer with the shot clock expiring. That's going to be on Emmanuel Sharp, who actually, they reversed one of the earlier fouls that was called on Sharp, and they gave it to, I believe, Flemings. So Sharp only had 3 fouls, not 4. Now he has just picked up his 4th on the foul on a 3-point shot. Three free throws coming for Peter Kramer. First is good. Hits his first free throw tonight after missing his first 2. Second free throw is good. Sharp going out of the game. Now with 4 fouls. Isaiah Harwell returns. Kramer hits all 3 free throws to make it a 68-51 ball game. Uzan with it for Houston. And a foul on Lehigh. I believe they're going to get Alvey on that one. Double bonus for both teams. 2 shots for Kingston Flemings. 7 points tonight. First free throw is no good. One more for Flemings. That's good. 1 of 2. He's got 8. And the Cougars lead by 18. 4:25 to go. And then a turnover against Lehigh. Their 14th of the night. Uzan brings it up for Houston. Over to Flemings. Back to Uzan. Uzan on the drive. Uzan with the right hand. Shot altered. And it is saved by Houston before it goes out of bounds. And Cenac underneath gets blocked. No foul call. Here's a 3 at the top of the key. That's good. Something. I don't know if that shot's going to count. Something went flying onto the court. It looked like a camera cover. It went flying off one of the photographer's cameras and ended up on the court. It might have been on this collision on the sideline right there. So I don't think this 3-pointer is going to count. I believe play was stopped. Or maybe they are going to count it. We are at the under 4 timeout. Going to see if they're going to count this 3-point basket or if they're going to say the whistle blew before the 3. It's either 69-51 Houston or 72-51 Houston. 3:55 remaining. Houston well on their way to an opening game victory. Keeping an eye out here on this Auburn-Bethune game. A very game Bethune team has given Auburn everything they have wanted and then some. (81-78) Auburn with 3 seconds to play. Looks like they are going to count this 3-point basket for Houston. So it is 72-51 with 3:55 left. And Auburn with a 3-point lead at the end of this Auburn-Bethune game just did the foul game. They fouled Bethune, so they could not get a 3-point shot off. A lot of coaches that do that. If you're up 3, you foul late in the game. I have never been a believer in that because I know a lot has to happen. But if you foul up 3, the other team makes the first free throw to cut it to 2. If they would miss that next free throw and get the offensive rebound and kick it out, a 3-pointer would beat you. I know a lot has to happen, but if I was a coach, I would just take my chances and on one defensive stop. Here, final 3:55 in this one, 72-51 lead for Houston, and Lehigh will bring it up the floor. Alvey with it, cross-court pass, and a foul on Houston. 3:44 to go. Both teams in the double bonus. Caleb Thomas heads to the line for Lehigh for 2 free throws. First is good. One more coming for Thomas. Got that one too. He's got 9. 72-53. Lehigh's actually outscored Houston by 2 points here in the second half. Looks like we've got a clock issue here. Okay, and before we get back to this game, here's a perfect example of the foul. Auburn up 3, fouled Bethune, but Bethune was shooting a 3-point shot. So Bethune's actually going to get 3 free throws here against Auburn. Keep an eye on that game. Back here, here's Uzan. Off to Sinek. Finds Harwell. And the runner in the paint is no good. Rebound pulled down by Lehigh. And back the other way they come as we approach 3 minutes to play. Left-hand layup around and out. Alvey, the offensive rebound, counted and a foul. Alvey's 5th offensive rebound of the game, and he gets the putback and the and one. And Alvey a chance at a 3-point play. And it's good. 72-56. Lehigh on a mini run here with 3 minutes remaining. Turnaround jumper around and out. Rebound to Lehigh. They can get this even closer. Caleb Thomas with it. Outside to Benoit. Benoit bounce pass. Underneath layup. No. Rebound Houston. Boy, you got to finish those. Uzan with it. To Harwell. And on the drive with the left hand. Uzan's shot is blocked. And back the other way comes Lehigh. Benoit outside. Layup and a foul. Will send Lehigh to the line. If that's Sinak, that's his 4th. It is on Sinek. So Sinek and Sharp, 4 fouls apiece for Houston. And Caleb Thomas heads to the line. Try to become the 3rd Lehigh player to reach double figures. And he will not do it on the first free throw, as that's no good. Sharp returning to the lineup with the 4 fouls for Houston. One more coming for Caleb Thomas. and hits that one. So he's now in double figures with 10 points. And Lehigh's on a 6-0 run here with 2:08 to go, 72-57. Uzan brings it up the floor. Here's Harwell with it to Sharp. Shot clock down to 7, and we have a foul outside on Lehigh. I beg your pardon. It's a turnover for Houston. Excuse me. Houston's 13th turnover. Benoit with it for Lehigh. Gives it off to Ingram. Ingram bounce pass to Whitlock. Whitlock finds Thomas. Thomas turns it over. Lehigh's 15th turnover of the night. Uzan, open three. No. Loose ball on the floor and out of bounds. It's going to stay with Houston with 1:21 to go. In that Bethune-Auburn game, the Bethune player hit all 3 free throws. Bethune and number 20 Auburn are heading to overtime, tied at 81. Inbound open jumper Sharp, no good. Offensive rebound for Houston. And a fresh 20 on the shot clock. And Houston's going to milk it all the way down as far as they can. Uzan, jumper short. Uzan gets his own rebound. A three-pointer for Sharp is good. Sharp with 24. That stops the 6-0 Lehigh run at 75-57. .2 seconds to go. Bringing it up the floor for Lehigh is Caleb Thomas. And a timeout called by Lehigh. This is their next to last timeout. With 53.2 seconds to go. Again, Lehigh heads home to have their home opener on Thursday. They will host Valley Forge. Houston will remain at home this weekend and host Towson in Game 2. Following the timeout by Lehigh, and Lehigh will inbound from half court. Joshua Ingram to trigger the inbound. Finds Whitlock over to Thomas. Bounce pass to Whitlock. Whitlock draws a triple team. Finds it over to Alvey. And the runner inside the paint, no good. Rebound Houston. There is about a 7.5 second difference, so Houston will have to shoot the ball unless they just take a shot clock violation. A three-pointer in the corner, around and out. Tipped out. And now Houston can run it out. Uzan with it near midcourt. And the Houston Cougars, the defending NCAA runners-up, will take the opener with a wire-to-wire win over Lehigh, 75-57, the final score for Kelvin Sampson's Houston Cougars. That is career win number 800 in the coaching career of Kelvin Sampson, his 300th win at Houston. As the Cougars win it over Lehigh, 75-57, the final score. Cougars open the season 1-0, Lehigh 0-1. Let's run down some final stats in this one before I sign off for the night here. Lehigh ended up 37% shooting, 19 out of 51. Just 4 for 15 from three-point range tonight for Lehigh for 27%. And they were 15 of 23 at the free throw line for 65%. Houston, 26 of 61 for 43%. They really cooled off there in the second half. 7 for 21 from three-point range at 33%. And they were 16 of 20 at the free throw line for 80%. Rebound edge, as was expected tonight for Houston, 43-30. The rebound edge. Turnovers, Lehigh had 15 of them. They only had 5 in the second half, though. Houston had 13 turnovers. Lehigh led in scoring tonight by 18 points from Nasir Whitlock, 10 points apiece from Hank Alvey and Caleb Thomas, 9 out of Joshua Ingram, 6 points from Peter Kramer, 3 points for Alfredo Adesa, and a point from Jalen Vasquez. Houston led tonight by Emmanuel Sharp's 24 points. They put 4 in double figures. Chris Senac Jr. and Milos Uzan added 12 points apiece. Joseph Tugler with 11. 8 points out of Kingston Flemings. 4 points out of Chase McCarty. 3 out of Isaiah Harwell. And a point out of Khalifa Sacco. Again, Houston stays at home. On Saturday, they will entertain Towson. The Tigers will come in town. Lehigh will head home for their home opener coming up on Thursday as they will take on Valley Forge. So 75-57, the final. Houston wins it over Lehigh. Auburn has taken a 5-point lead in overtime over Bethune, 93-88. So it looks like Auburn may end up holding on in that one. Another top 25 game. That's going to wrap it up for me on the live stream tonight. Again, my name is John on YouTube, Sports Bonanza John. If you do like my content, really would appreciate a like and subscribe on YouTube there at Sports Bonanza John. It would really help me out a lot. Also on Twitch tonight at Sport Guru John on Twitch. I do have also content on Kick at Sports Kick John. You can follow me on those 2 sites as well. I'll be back with you Wednesday night for another college basketball live stream. Again, not sure what the game's going to be yet. It's going to be one of 2. But I will be back with you Wednesday night for a college basketball live stream. Well, I appreciate you joining me tonight, everyone, and I will talk to you again for another college basketball live stream on Wednesday night. Thanks a lot.